Today I'm at Crossdrove Fishery, Hockwell. In my opinion, one of the most picturesque fisheries, commercial fisheries in the country. Just a beautiful, beautiful venue. I love Crossdrove because I find it very challenging with the features, the lilies, the rushes, the trees. Every peg's different. Also the varied types of species in here. Predominant species are F1s, carp, bream, but sometimes you may hook up with a little catfish, big catfish, or the odd zander. That's the great thing about the venue. When you get a bite, the float goes under, you never know what it is. Today's session, I've chose to fish peg 18. Now this peg gives me a lot of options. Like many of the pegs, I've got an island swim, margin swim, lilies to fish to, and open water. My out and out approach for this venue is going to be a chop worm and caster approach. I love it because it catches every species that swims. A lot of amino acids in the worms, and the fish love that. Now this is the way I always fish the venue, and it catches a lot of fish. My main feeding approach is big potting. Now I like to put in a big pot of worm and casters on each line I fish and fish them out. Now this concentrates all the bait on the bottom and keeps all the fish in one nice area. Loose feeding, I don't really like to loose feeders. It can bring in the small rudd. Elastics for today's session, quite a heavy elastic due to the nature of the fish and the venue. Yellow for the open water, red for the margins and snaggy pegs. Pole rigs, margin crystals over to the island and in the edge. 0.5 gram, just to get through the rudd and the smaller fish, just to get the bait straight to the bottom. Carp 7s down the middle, 0.3s, 0.4 rigs, again bolt down, straight through to the bigger fish. After feeding the peg, I like to start fishing with dead red maggots on a hook. Now this will tell me what sort of species are in the peg. Also if I miss a bite, the bait's never hardly damaged and you can just drop the rig straight back in. As a rule, I normally start over at 14.5 metres. This is just to give my inside lines a rest, and obviously because of bankside disturbance while setting up. This line never actually really got going. Cut the small skimmers, cut the brown goldfish. Come into my margin lines, my close lines. This was miles better. Brown goldfish, F1s, bream. Never look back. Because I'm using bunches of maggots and worms today, I like to use a big hook. Size 14 B911 extra strong hooks. Now, if I'm fishing worms, I like to be able to hook it through the head. This is so I don't mask the hook. If I was fishing maggots, 3 or 4 maggots through the pointy end's perfect. Nothing worse than losing a fish for a maggot or a worm masking the hook. As you can see, Crossdrove is a proper crabtree venue, so I like to use my Acolyte carp pole. Nice strong pole. Deals with every situation, especially with some of the real surprises that are in this venue. Little trick that works for me here, if I'm not catching any fish in the margins, I like to throw a couple of balls of ground bait. I like to throw them as the noise, I'm sure, brings the fish into the peg. Also, with ground bait in the peg, when the fish come on it, this often fizzes and you can tell when they're in the peg. Today's session's gone really well, better than expected. Well, the fishing's been better than the weather. Had a real mixed bag today. Rudd, roach, skimmers, brown goldfish, big F1s, bream, just what I expected to catch. Can't wait to come back.